on a beautiful planet where various types of aliens live. There exists a place known as the Mushroom Village. Not far from it is the Ogre Village. Both communities live happily and prosperously in their respective areas. Each village safeguards a precious gem called the Diamond of Life, which grants one wish every year. This gem was bestowed upon their ancestors by a deity to ensure their harmonious and prosperous existence. They live in a way similar to humans on planet Earth, but the difference lies in their appearances and the unique powers they possess. The ogres are mostly giants with strong physical bodies, while the inhabitants of Mushroom Village are small aliens endowed by the deity with remarkable talents and powers. Among these gifted aliens are three siblings: Pyro, Bombi, and Lilith. Pyro, the eldest, possesses extraordinary speed and can generate electricity from his body. Bombi, on the other hand, can jump high, has a strong physique, and can emit fire from his body. Meanwhile, Lilith has not yet discovered her powers, since she is still young. One day, while the siblings were out for a stroll, they passed by the outskirts of the Ogre Village. They decided to play hide and seek, with Pyro being it. Bombi and Lilith quickly found their hiding spots. As Lilith hid behind a rock, she was startled and frightened when she noticed a piece of cloth moving nearby. She came out of her hiding spot, and Pyro found her. However, Pyro was puzzled because his sister seemed dazed. Bombi, noticing their unusual behavior, approached them and asked, "Is our game over?" "Shh, be quiet, Bombi," Pyro whispered. "There's something moving under that cloth." Bombi gathered his courage and removed the cloth, only to discover a young, small ogre hiding there. The ogre's leg was trapped between the rocks, so Bombi helped free him. Just then, the young ogre's parents arrived, and the frightened ogre limped back to them. The parents mistakenly thought that Pyro and his siblings had harmed their child. The ogre's father scolded them and chased them away from their village. Saddened, the siblings left. Days passed, and the Ogre Village was preparing for their annual wish from the Diamond of Life. The ogres gathered in anticipation of this special day. Many of them were filled with joy. However, when the leader of the ogres went to retrieve the Diamond of Life from its place, he was shocked. "It's gone. The Diamond of Life is missing," exclaimed the ogre leader. The leader, who was the father of the young ogre that the siblings had helped, was furious. The ogres were heartbroken by the news. Weeks went by, but the Diamond of Life was still missing. Many ogres, in their sorrow, neglected their daily tasks and livelihoods. As more days passed, with no sign of the Diamond of Life, the ogre leader began to suspect the small aliens who had visited their village and supposedly hurt his child. Enraged, he called for a meeting and concluded that the small aliens must have stolen the Diamond of Life. The leader decided to confront the Mushroom Village to retrieve their stolen gem, and if we don't find our Diamond of Life there, we will take their Diamond of Life by force, even if it means starting a war between our villages, declared the furious ogre leader. A group of ogres traveled to the town of Mushroom in search of their Diamond of Life. They were met by the town's elder mage. "What do you need from our town, friends? How can we help you?" asked the elder mage. The townspeople of Mushroom were puzzled and frightened, as the ogres seemed furious upon their arrival. "Where are the three children who visited our town? They took our Diamond of Life. We've come to reclaim it," said the ogre leader. "All right, my ogre friends," replied the elder mage. "I will find the children you speak of." The three children, Pyro, Bombi, and Lilith, stepped forward to explain. "We didn't take it, Elder Mage. You have to believe us, we had nothing to do with it." The Elder Mage turned back to the ogres once more. The Elder Mage and the leader of the ogres spoke again. "The three children have nothing to do with the theft of your Diamond of Life, my friend," said the Elder Mage. "We don't believe you," the ogre leader retorted. "Return our Diamond of Life. If you don't, we will take your Diamond of Life instead. If you refuse, chaos will ensue." The ogre's threat struck fear into the small aliens. The ogres were massive and strong. Their magic wouldn't affect the ogres' bodies, which were as hard as steel. Hours passed, but the ogre's Diamond of Life was still missing. "And our village will never allow you to take our Diamond of Life," the elder mage declared. Is that so? The ogre leader sneered. Furious, he shoved the elder mage aside, sending him tumbling to the ground. The ogres then began their rampage through the mushroom village. Where are you, children? Bring us our diamond of life. The ogre leader roared as they laid waste to the village. The small aliens were helpless against the ogre's steel-like bodies. Meanwhile, the parents of the 3 children had hidden them away, fearful for their lives. In a secret move, the elder mage had taken the mushroom village's diamond of life and hidden it from the ogre's sight. He snuck away and reached the house of the 3 siblings. Pierrot saw the elder mage approaching them, carrying their village's diamond of life. Pierrot, Lilith, the ogres are looking for you. Your lives are in danger if they find you, the elder mage warned. But we can fight them, Bombi responded. You're not ready, the elder mage said firmly. You're still too young, and your powers aren't fully developed. Leave now, and take our village's diamond of life with you. But we can't leave you here with those furious ogres, Pierrot protested. Children, you must escape, replied their mother. As long as you have the diamond of life, and it remains out of the ogre's grasp, there is hope. We can restore everything to the way it was. She continued, go beneath my house and remove the large cloth there. You will find a spaceship that will take you to another planet. There, you and the diamond of life will be safe. Don't worry about us. Go now, children. The elder mage echoed her urgency. Yes, children, hurry and escape. Mother, please take care, Lilith said tearfully. Bombi, with a clenched fist, punched the back wall of their house to create an escape route. Hoping the ogres wouldn't notice, the wall crumbled under Bombi's strike. Pierrot quickly lifted Lilith onto his back and sprinted like lightning. Bombi leaped high into the air, and together, they headed towards the elder mage's house. Once they arrived, they moved swiftly to make their escape. They descended to the basement and found the large cloth. As they removed it, the elder mage's spaceship was revealed. They hurried aboard. But I don't know how to fly this thing, Pierrot admitted. Me neither, Bombi added. They both turned to Lilith, who only shook her head in uncertainty. Seconds passed, and suddenly, the spaceship powered on by itself. A voice echoed from within. The nearest safe planet I have found is called Earth. Hold on tight and enjoy the journey. While they were on their journey in the spaceship, Bombi got hungry and started looking for food. However, he couldn't find anything. He asked the spaceship, where's the food? The spaceship, being high-tech, produced food from a transparent glass that seemed like a food printer. Bombi was skeptical about the food that the spaceship provided. I'm doubtful about this food, but it looks delicious, Bombi said. He eventually ate the food and shared it with his 2 siblings. They were now happily traveling through space on their way to Earth. 3 days passed during the trip, and they were now close to the planet Earth. Prepare for landing on Earth, the spaceship announced. Meanwhile, on Earth, 3 children were walking, all good friends Clint, Frank, and Trina. They spotted something in the distance, an aerial vehicle. They couldn't quite explain. It's a UFO, Frank exclaimed. The 3 pondered over what they had seen. The siblings from space safely landed in a forest on Earth. The spaceship's door opened, but the siblings were hesitant to come out. Pierrot, the eldest, stepped out first. It's safe here. You can come out now, Pierrot said. Bombi followed, thinking that Lilith had come out with him, but she had stayed inside, too scared to step out. Her 2 brothers tried to convince her. Come on, Lilith, look at me, Bombi said, as he jumped up and down to catch her attention. Lilith peeked outside and finally decided to come out. But just as she was about to step out of the spaceship, a fox suddenly lunged at her, attempting to bite. Startled, Lilith waved her hand, and the fox was flung away to a distance. Pierrot and Bombi were shocked at what Lilith had done. Lilith's powers have awakened, Pierrot said in amazement. Wow, Lilith's power is air, Bombi added. Lilith, now outside the spaceship, started crying. While the fox ran away in fear, the 3 friends decided to approach the place where the UFO had landed. As they got closer, they saw 3 aliens. Frank, frightened, was about to run, but Clint stopped him. Don't make any noise, don't leave. Just look at them, Clint said. They're so cute, and they seem friendly, Trina added. The three alien siblings glanced at their spaceship, worrying about how to hide it. Suddenly, the spaceship spoke, "Come back to this place if you ever need me." And just like that, the spaceship vanished. Bombi was shocked. "How are we going to return to our planet now? Our spaceship is gone," Bombi said. "I'm still here. Whenever you need me, I will appear," the spaceship responded. Bombi was relieved. "Ha ha ha. I thought you were gone and had left us behind," Bombi said. "I'm here in this place. Just come find me if you need me," the spaceship assured. Suddenly, Pyro felt something strange around them. "Stay here," Pyro said. He ran swiftly, searching for what he had sensed nearby. Pyro saw the three children without them noticing him. He quickly returned to his siblings, fearing they might be dangerous creatures from Earth. Pyro began running in circles around his siblings at incredible speed, creating a dust storm to conceal them. He did this to cover their escape from the three friends. "Let's go this way," Pyro said. The three alien siblings immediately left and hid not far from the three friends. Hidden, the aliens watched the humans in silence. The three friends were amazed by the sudden disappearance of the aliens and the UFO. "Where did they go?" Trina asked. "They've disappeared," Clint replied. Meanwhile, Frank stood in shock, still frozen in place. After a moment, the three friends decided it was time to go home. As three aliens followed the three friends, Bombi asked Pyro, "Where are we going? Let's just follow them. We can gather information about how they live on this planet." "We need that to survive here," Pyro replied. The three friends then decided to take different paths. "Now, who should we follow?" Bombi asked. "Let's follow that one. He seems to be their leader," Pyro suggested. They decided to follow Clint. Clint had already arrived home. He was a kind boy who was always willing to help others. He lived with his grandmother and always helped her with household chores and their livelihood. During dinner, as Clint and his grandmother were eating, the three aliens continued to watch them. Bombi began to feel hungry as he watched Clint and his grandmother enjoy their meal. When they finished eating, the aliens slowly approached the table, curious about human food. But Bombi, driven by hunger, couldn't resist any longer. He grabbed the vegetables first, savoring every bite. Next, he tried the meat, but immediately spat it out, finding the taste unpleasant. You see, their kind of aliens are vegetarians, they don't eat any kind of meat. Pyro and Lilith couldn't help but laugh at Bombi. "You're so greedy," Lilith teased. The only thing they chose to eat was vegetables. The next morning, Clint woke up early to help his grandmother with all her chores. The three aliens admired Clint's characteristics. The three aliens realized that humans weren't as bad as they thought. They were becoming more comfortable following Clint, even though he almost noticed them several times. Clint started to feel suspicious, as if someone was always watching and following him, but he still chose to ignore it. That night, as Clint was about to sleep, the three aliens were still watching him, or rather, only two of them were, as Bombi was missing. Bombi was once again searching for food in Clint's kitchen. Bombi found some vegetables on the table and ate until he started choking. He searched for something to drink and found a bottle. He opened it and drank until his hiccups were gone. It turned out that the bottle Bombi drank from contained alcohol. Bombi got dizzy from the alcohol, but his hiccups still didn't stop. He staggered toward Clint's room, walking as if he were drunk. Bombi opened Clint's door without considering that Clint might hear him. Clint heard the door open and woke up, but he pretended to stay asleep out of fear. He knew that his grandmother wouldn't be coming to his room at that hour. Clint continued to pretend to be asleep until he heard small voices whispering. "Be quiet," Pyro whispered to Bombi. "Oh, you guys are here. I was looking for you, ha ha ha," Bombi said, drunkenly. Clint slowly opened his eyes and saw the three small aliens talking to each other. Clint was scared and shocked. The three aliens noticed that Clint was awake. Pyro quickly ran to hide. Bombi tried to jump high, but ended up bumping into Lilith, hurting her, and she couldn't move away easily. Clint was scared, but when he saw that one of the aliens seemed to be hurt, he bravely approached. Pyro and Bombi's siblings watched in fear as Clint approached Lilith. Pyro quickly ran to block Clint. "We apologize for disturbing you. Please don't hurt our sister," Pyro said. "Yeah," Bombi added, before suddenly falling asleep. Clint couldn't understand what the aliens were saying, but he felt that they were just protecting each other, and he sensed that they were kind creatures.